If you want to have American people as your major audience when creating your African folktale story, the secret is just you being modernized. When I mean you being modernized, you must create content that that is versatile, that is general. Both Nigerians and Americans can actually watch it. Now, let me give you examples of story that if you are creating them or if you are using them as your title, automatically is your village grandmas that will end up watching it. Something like the missing calabash, the talking forest, or the talking tree, the village, the abandoned village, or the twin sisters being killed. Something like this. If you are creating videos around this kind of topic, automatically now your 14 forefathers with the village, they will be the one watching the content. But if you want to get American people as your major audience, you must be modernized. Do you understand? Now, this is how you can actually achieve that, and this is how you can actually come up with story titles that can actually suit American people. And believe me, if you are able to follow these steps I'm going to mention in today's video, you will see changes and your major audience will be mainly American. And you know what that simply means? If you have them as your major on your channel, automatically that's crazy money that you will be making for yourself. So stay very tuned. Watch this video from very start to the end, because that is the only way you can actually do what, learn everything and see the secret on how you will be able to erase Nigerians and make American people your major audience on your AI storytelling channel. Now, once you have your ChatGPT and you know how to use the ChatGPT, everything is super easy for you, because ChatGPT is what we'll be using to get the idea and the kind of story we should be creating so that we can actually get what, American people as our audience. Now, let me show you guys my chat with ChatGPT that enables me to be able to achieve that goal. And now what I want you to do is just to follow this the same strategy I followed it, and believe me, the result you will get on ChatGPT will wow you. Now look at the first thing I did is to tell ChatGPT this. Exactly. I'm going to be reading everything bit by bit. And what this stuff simply means is this video might be long, a bit long, like 20 something minutes, or if possible 30 minutes. So my very first conversation with ChatGPT is this. Hello ChatGPT, I want us to have a one-on-one chat. Please be sincere, be real, and be legit with me. Forget about the research I've actually done on this ChatGPT. I just need a fresh brain from you. Is this possible? Is that possible? Then ChatGPT said, yes, absolutely. Then we can have a clean slot conversation. I won't automatically assume that what you've researched, what you have tried before, or what you have told me about your channels. You see that? That's just what I want to achieve. Then after that, I said, after I've read the conversation, like ChatGPT's reply, then I told ChatGPT this. Okay, so now I want you to see me as a new user on ChatGPT. And now this is my aim. I want to start African folktale storytelling. When I mean storytelling, not fictional stories or generic stories. I mean real life happening stories. Stories that when people watch, they will feel like it's real. But though I will be using AI to generate the entire story, but the idea will actually come from me. I hope you can do that for me. Just answer yes or no, because I don't want long talk from ChatGPT. Then ChatGPT replied yes. Are you seeing it? ChatGPT replied yes here. Then I went further to give ChatGPT this stuff here. So now look at what I told ChatGPT. This was when I now opened myself up. When girls will be like, okay, because I opened myself up, you did this to me. So I opened myself up on ChatGPT, and look at what I told ChatGPT. Now my targeted audience, the audience I want on my channel, both TikTok and Facebook, is American people. American only. Americans should be the one that dominates my audience on these three platforms I mentioned, which is YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. I hope you can do that for me. Answer yes or no. Then ChatGPT replied with the answer yes. Do you see that? Good. Then I now went further to give ChatGPT this last command. Now look at what I said. Okay, now please, I want you to suggest to me the kind of stories that I will be doing on this my niche, so that it will be suitable for American people to watch, because I really want to make millions from my storytelling channel. So I need a suggestion, the kind of story I should be creating so that it will be suitable for Americans to watch and then react on the video by liking, commenting, and even suggesting, their friends over there to come watch the story too on my channel. Remember, it must sound real, not generic, and not fictional. Now, reason I keep mentioning this fictional here, not generic, is because I don't want the situation whereby if I'm monetized, YouTube is going to demonetize the channel, telling me that my stories are inauthentic or stuff like that. Do you understand? So then I keep repeating it so that AI we actually understand that I am very serious about this generic and fictional story because I want something real and I want to build the brand. Like I want to build this brand on YouTube. You get, I want the channel to run for a very long period of time. So that's why I keep repeating that generic. Then ChatGPT gave me their honest truth. Now look at what it says. Yes. And if we are starting from a clean slot, here is my honest take. Now look at what it says. If your goal is to attract Americans, I would not build the channel around traditional, that's African folktales, where the story feels like a legend, fable, or obviously invented moral stories. Now, this is actually what I mentioned earlier on this video. If you want to create or if you want American people to watch your video, you must be so like it must be modelized. Do you understand? And I gave my reasons and I gave you story ideas that if you are posting this kind of content automatically, American people will not watch your video. Do you understand? So that's exactly what ChatGPT is actually talking about. Then he went further to say, instead, I did build it around African true life stories Americans have never heard. Do you see that? Now, it went further to explain this. Now, it says that the African setting is the identity, but the human experience is the hook. Do you understand? So, what this stuff simply means is this: you don't need to change the appearance of your characters. Do you understand? They can still be Africans, but the information you are giving across is general, is general, is modelized. That's actually what ChatGPT is trying to explain here. Then he went further to give you examples of that kind of stories. Now look at what it says. It says we wait till the okay. Now look at what it says. Unbelievable family stories. Now these are examples of story categories you can actually start creating, and it will attract American people. Now it says what? Unbelievable family stories. Real incidents involving family secrets. That's one. Inheritance disputes. That's two. Long last relatives. That's three. Children separated from their parents. That's for a parent discovering something shocking about their children. Then siblings fighting over a family business. Then a person returning home after many years and discovering a hidden truth. Then someone discovering that the person they trusted most had betrayed them. See, to be honest with you, do you see this last part? This kind of story now is trending like mad, and major audience that is actually coming from this kind of story now is white people. So don't joke with this update I'm giving you today. Don't joke with it. Then after that, now it went further to give you the kind of story title you should be creating, because I just don't want to make it too long, like I said. Now what it says here is, second one is what? One decision changed everything. This is a story. Like, it's trying to give you clue of the kind of story title you should be expecting, because this one decision changed everything. Now it is not based on tradition, it is not based on culture, it is not based on anything. It is just a modelized something that can actually happen to them and something that can actually happen to Nigerian people. Do you understand? That's exactly what ChatGPT is trying to explain here. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying. Now, it went further to give you example. For example, a Nigerian businessman gave a stranger a ride home. What happened 3 days later changed its entire family. Now, this stuff is a very powerful something, because people will be like, how can someone give someone a ride and 3 days later what happened change his life? It has a lot of curiosity, and it is not traditional or cultural based story title. Then another one is what? A woman received a phone call from a number she hadn't seen in 18 years. So it is general, it is not based on particular tribe, tradition, or state. Do you understand? Now, another set of something you can actually do is what? Real African survival story. Now, on this real African survival story, look at what it said. This is a powerful category. Remember what I'm saying, all these things I'm mentioning now are actually categories on their own, because when you are telling African folktale story, you have to pick a particular category of story you want to be creating. If it is about betrayal, you concentrate on betrayal. If it is about love, you concentrate on love. If it is about family crisis, you concentrate on family crisis. If it is about karma and consequences, you concentrate on karma and consequences, because all these things are different categories of storytelling inside African folktale story niche. African folktale is a niche. Then the one you are doing under it is now your own category of story that you are telling. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Now the fifth one is this. The third one is what I mentioned. Real African survival story. Then under it now, I'm going to give you the kind of story titles that ChatGPT suggested for us. Now the first one is what? Dangerous journeys. Number two, natural disasters. Number three, getting lost. Number four, extreme poverty. Number five, kidnapping, hostage situation when based on documented events. Number five is war and displacement. Number six is dangerous occupations. Number seven is life-threatening accidents. Then people surviving against extraordinary odds. These are the kind of stories that when you are telling them, believe me, if you are monetized, na American people go dey watch your content. I don't know if you are hearing noise from the background. It's actually raining here, but please pay attention. I am begging you, pay attention. I'm not using my mic because the mic is kind of faulty. Now the fourth one is what? The stranger who changed everything. Now it went further to give you story title, a stranger helps a struggling family. Someone unknown helps a future millionaire. A traveler receives help from someone poor. Now, what this stuff is actually trying to say is this. Let me just break it down for you. What this stuff is actually trying to say is this. If you want to achieve if you want to achieve making American people to dominate your audience on your storytelling, be it on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, you must not based on tradition, culture, or ethic, or being tribalistic, making your stories to only suit Nigerians or to only make sense to Hausas, Igbos, or Yorubas. No, it must be a modernized something. And what you are seeing here on ChatGPT is exactly the kind of stories you should be doing. Now, in my own case, if you want to start and you are confused about all this category, I will advise you to pick this particular one, this fifth one, that says what? Real stories of betrayal. American people suffers betrayals a lot, and they are having trust issue. Not like they are having trust issue, they trust easily, and when you betray them, it pains them. So whenever they see stories like this, they like watching them because it got them emotional, and they always react. When I mean react, if you are telling this kind of story, they react rapidly. Like they react rapidly when your stories are actually making sense. And you know very well that when you posted a video and you are getting a reaction, like, comment, automatically that particular platform will keep surfacing that video to more people to watch, because they believe that that video has high value, it has potential, and it keeps people coming. Do you understand? So, and that's the goal for us, because we want to make that money, bro. We want to make the money. So that's the thing. Now, examples of betrayal stories that you can actually do is what? He trusted his best friend with his business. What happened next? Destroyed everything. The second one is what? She sent money home every month. Then she discovered where it was really going to. This is heartbreaking. And the crazy part of it is now she might be in United States, she might be in Canada, London, USA, hustling just to make, a very beautiful future, maybe with his family or his boyfriend. And at the end of the day, maybe the boyfriend, they use the money, they do another thing. That's a very powerful story title. Then her family celebrated her wedding until someone revealed the secret. Oh my god, this is crazy. This is crazy. Now the sixth one is what? Real African crime ministries. I think this one now falls under documentary and history, stuff like that. Then the seventh one is what? Real love and relationship stories. Very, very okay. Now, this number 7 is another powerful story category that when you are telling them, automatically American people will dominate your audience and you'll be making crazy money. Then under it, ChatGPT gave us example. A woman waited decade a woman waited decades for the man she thought was dead. Oh my goodness. Then number 2 is what? A couple married despite their families refusing to accept their relationship. I think this is a very sweet one. Do you know why I said so? This stuff now is related to real life stuff. I know a lot of stories I've heard about this particular kind of story. And believe me, if you should tell this kind of story on your channel right now, oh my god, you are going to make money and it's going to go viral because everybody would love to see what happened to these couples. Do you understand? And also to see the reasons why both families are actually like in disagreement for both to actually get married. Now the third one is what? A man discovered that the woman he had been searching for was living in the same city. uh this one too has happened to a lot of persons, you get. So and is related, they can actually relate to this kind of story. Then the last but not the least is what? Two people separated as teenagers unexpectedly met again decades later. So that is it. Then another set of story you can do to attract American people is what? Poor success through stories, because all these stories are relatable. These are the kind of story that when you are watching them, you are learning something from the story. So these are just the stories. You see that? So everything ends here on number 8. So in my own suggestion, I will advise you to go for what? Poor success through stories, betrayal stories, then true love stories. These three is very powerful. And once your content are actually good on these three categories of storytelling, automatically you are going to monetize your channel super fast and make crazy money for yourself. So that is just that about that. And please, if you find value from this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that it will get to more content creators out there. And secondly, like and share this video. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this video. And please, if you are not yet part of us, subscribe and turn on notification sign. That's the only way you will keep getting updates whenever what I drop an amazing tips like this particular one you just watched. Catch you guys on another tutorial video, and bye for now.